Hey everybody, good to see you. This is Brent. That's Bryce. I think I'm still pointing to the right direction. I won't ever know, to be honest with you. But
We'll see.
anyway, welcome to Twins on Tech, episode. We just said it. What do we call it? 28. Is
I
that
think
what
it
we're
was.
calling it?
I think it was 28. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. We're going to chat a little bit today about the reviewing process. I've got a few videos in the works regarding the Ceremonic. That's about probably 15, maybe 20 videos late at this point. And eventually
Seems like it,
I'll
at
put
least.
that together. Yeah. And Bryce has been doing a few things, most recently the Surface Book 2. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Correct.
So what are your thoughts on the problem? Mine is, clearly I'm new to this. That's what mine is basically at this point. It's a lot of learning, and scripting is what I need to start working on so that I don't just keep on rambling and nonsense comes out. So what
Like
have
you're
you
doing
learned,
right now.
especially regarding the, I don't know what you're talking about, regarding the Surface Pro? What have you learned in that process?
I ramble as much as you do. It's almost like it's a family trait. But also, I pause a lot, probably because I'm trying to think of the right words to say. But then when you watch the video, it's like I'm possibly have some sort of disorder.
Yeah.
That's how
You
it
need to,
sounds. And trying to
seek
watch it
medical
back
attention, it sounds like. Yeah.
for many reasons. But yes, on that topic, I don't know. The Ritalin dose is too high, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. But the review process. So I watch a decent amount of review videos. You know, typically when I buy a product, I watch as many review videos as I can. And, they found you. And so when it comes to me trying to make my own review video, because sometimes I don't always agree with the product review that came out from a myriad of individuals. I just never seem to be able to dial it down into the right amount of words and how much time, and still being able to deliver what I'm trying to say. And I know the problem is all here. You know, it's I have a tendency to use 1,000 words when probably 15 will do, and so that makes things more difficult. So I've actually shot the review video for the Surface Book 2 a couple times, but the reason it's not posted yet is because I'm throwing them out and I'm going to record another one. During the process, I'm like thinking of better ways, or at least what I think are better ways. And so now what I'm coming up with, by the way, this is episode 28, 27 was the review. So we're actually recording this before I've re-recorded for the third time the Surface Book 2 review.
So
But
before
hopefully,
you go on,
yeah, go ahead.
in your reviews, in the recordings that you have already done, do you not have footage that is showing the item where then you could just simply, let's say, just create a script and then voice over the images or the videos, of you showing a hinge or, whatever it may be? Would that not be something you could do as opposed to re-recording the whole?
That's kind of sort of precisely what I'm going to do. So what I was
Okay.
doing is just me with my beautiful face here. So here's what I think about the Surface Book. And I watched it and I was entertained because I entertained myself. But I guarantee you the vast majority of this planet would be like, oh, about 30 seconds in, next.
As well as the ones that know you would be like, well, he really sounds different when he reviews an item. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, could be.
It's a reference to the
So,
way you just
yeah, I know.
spoke.
But so here's what I've learned is, emulate those that you like in some ways. There are ones who I enjoy their reviews more for the technical side of things than for their personalities. But then there's also times where I like the reviews because of their personality. I don't actually care much for the review process that they have. So I'm trying to kind of find my version of all that without the rambling portion. That's what I'm finding is to be difficult. And I also don't want to spend a lot of time with B-roll. a lot of these people who are reviewing stuff online nowadays, the better quality ones that are out there, they have the time and the resources to not just do this talking head thing, but also to do some ADR, some audio recordings after everything else is done, and then also to get B-roll, so they can take their phone and put it on high slow motion mode, and then just move across, like you were saying, a hinge, or the front screen of a phone or a laptop or the keyboard. No, I don't want to do all that. One of my versions, I had the I had the Surface Book in my hand and I was holding it up, but the frame was cropped so tight I had to hold it like right here. And so I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. But in this specific case, when you watch it, this is what you'll see, assuming that this version gets posted. There's a video that Microsoft has. It's basically a commercial, but it's about 2.5 minutes. And it goes through a lot of different features of the Surface Book. So basically what I wanted to do is, and again, this is after the review, so we'll see if I really did it. No, this is before the review, but posted it. Anyways, I'm going to follow along.
Numbers involved.
Yeah, I'm going to follow along with that and pause every once in a while and say, okay, here's what I think about this feature. Here's what I think about that feature. They talk about how amazing the keyboard is as an example. Well, the keyboard, at least right now, I can't type that great on it. I can type anywhere between, depending on the day for some reason, 60 to 130 words a minute. I feel like I'm only typing 20 words a minute on this keyboard. So the spacing seems to be a bit wider than some of them. So that it's things like that. It goes through a different thing. I'll talk about the hinge. I'll talk about the keyboard. I'll talk about the camera. I'll talk about whatever that they show up. They throw specs up on the screen, and I'll explain again quickly. And my point is, I'm going to try to basically say, all right, here's what they say on the screen. Here's 5-10 seconds of me talking about it. Was I successful? I don't know. Let's go back and look at 27. Let's see if I was. But that's my goal. And then maybe going forward, I'll use that kind of as a template. I do have access to a teleprompter set up. Maybe one of these days I'll use that for a review thing, so I can, like you were mentioning, make a script and then just kind of go along with it. But I want to do a review for the Saramonic, and I'm already finding some things that I'm not in love with. I'm using it right now. It does tend to eat through 9-volt batteries. From the angle that I'm at right now, because of where all the mounting points are, I can't see the light that tells me if it's on or not. There is no battery indicator in a sense of, dead, a quarter of the way, 3/4 left, 100% fully charged battery. I don't know. I turn it on and I have to plug in headphones and listen. Okay, I can't hear myself. I guess I need a new battery. So it's things like that are kind of annoying. But I need to be able to, if I'm going to do an actual review that's listen toable, then
I'm not sure that's a word, but I get what you mean.
We'll make it work. Then I need to make it more concise, more to the point. And hopefully still be able to hit the points that your average person is interested in. But at the same time, I don't care about specs. I don't plan on hovering over the specs. There's 1,000 videos that talk about the Surface 2 and the specs. I might mention it because they're nice and they're pretty good in this version of the laptop that I have, but it's not terribly important when it comes to the overall. Once you get used to the hardware, how well is that hardware working for you? That's kind of really what my review is going to be about.
All right.
Wow. Did you hear that?
I heard something. Didn't know what it was.
I don't know. Somebody something over there. Sounded like a cough and a sneeze and a laugh all at the same time. So anyway, that's what I want to do. Don't look for any review that I do. Don't expect anything too fanciful because I'm not. I don't plan on doing any B-roll.
Well, we're new to this anyway. I mean, you go back and look at. Granted, he was a kid. I want to say MKBHD, Marquez Brownlee. He's been doing it for quite a while now, and he's very good at it now. But some of his early stuff, not so great. Even if you look at some of the early, I don't know his whole name, Linus Tech Tips, whatever his whole name is.
No, I almost said Torvald, but I think Isn't he the one who
Something
made
like that.
Linux?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this is just a Canadian
Anyway.
who has a web channel. Yeah.
Yeah. A successful one, albeit, but his early stuff. I mean, he has some pretty annoying um, personality traits. We'll put it that way. Not that I don't, but I don't record all mine. Um, but his videos now are a lot better than they used to be. So it takes time, and we're not a year into this yet. We don't have so many products rolling in that we're talking about them and working out the kinks of how we kind of navigate a review process. I certainly haven't worked out the kinks of pretty well anything that I've got going on over on this side. I'm still in the process of trying to do it on a shoestring budget and finding apps to work on the iPad. I think I'm narrowing that down, but if I could just find something to properly take away background noise and audio, then I might be all the way on the iPad. But so far, and I've always got background audio, so background noise rather. So I mean, for all of our these processes that we're doing here, and I'm trying to avoid saying processes again, but I couldn't think of another word. I just said it like 400 times.
Yeah.
In our, as we're building these videos, we're making these videos. It's a labor of love, something that we enjoy with the technology, but again, working out the kinks. And sometimes the kinks happen right here, whether it's a lack of a proper connection between the brain and here, or just the too many words rolling out, which tends to be an issue that we, as you've already mentioned, we both have. But I like the video that you put together of the, I don't know what you even called it, what, the cage, or you didn't call it the cage, but that contraption that you put
Yeah,
together.
that tripod thingy, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And I've seen other videos that you've done that you haven't posted. So, sometimes we're a little harder on ourselves, but
Well, I'm thinking more
sometimes there's need for
of not only the rambling on verbally, but the time it takes to get everything set up. This tiny
Right.
room that I use here for most of these recordings, I've got a few tables that are scattered around, but they usually have something on them, and for good reason, So when I made the video, I think I used this smaller table that I have to my side here. Currently has a huge Pelican case on it full of audio video equipment. And so I had to pack everything up, put it away, pull that out. Well, it was too low because we're kind of tall. We're over 6 feet. So I had to put some stuff underneath the table to lift it up by about a foot and a half, just to make it, accessible without having to bend over. And then, of course, the lighting. The lighting where it is now, most videos that I shoot in here, I very rarely have to move these. I have to add a few, but I rarely have to move the two that I use here. And then, of course, for this, I use the same ones. I had to shift everything over to a different side, so I didn't have the green screen / tie-dye behind me. So that's what I'm talking about, some of the pain. Most of these guys, I don't say most, a lot of these guys, they have the time to do it, because some of them, this whole YouTube situation is their main gig. So, they have time all day long to spend. You and I have, well, I don't know how much time you have. Sometimes it seems like less than I have. But for me, I have during lunch. So right now, technically, I'm actually on break right now, because we tried during lunch, but I couldn't get my mic to go properly. So that's kind of the main thing I'm talking about, is kind of more logistical type stuff before the camera's even rolling.
Right.
It's kind of a pain. I mean, and I agree, and I'll accept the compliment. Thank you. Of once the camera is rolling, okay, here we go. Let's get it done. And then once I learn to verbally wrap things better, we'll have more of a handle on it. But I feel I'm tired. I've been working. Today's been a very busy day. I was sweating most of the morning doing various tasks. And so sitting down for the first time recording this and not stopping to breathe while I talk, it's taking its toll.
Breathing is very useful. I've noticed that over the life that I've had here.
Yeah.
Well, we've been rambling for not quite 15 minutes, in that range. I don't know if we want to wrap it up, or if you have any more thoughts.
No, that's pretty much it. I wanted to ask your opinions on the movie Infinity War, but you haven't seen it yet. So maybe
No.
Maybe one of these days we will. I wanted to jump on the Infinity War bandwagon because everybody else is posting stuff about it. But I guess we'll do that another day.
I suppose.
Yeah, so I'll reshoot. I'll reshoot the Surface situation in a minute. And hopefully everything will go well. What's kind of a bummer to me, by the way, this microphone I think is really great. It's super sensitive, but it's really great. The second Surface Book 2 review that I did, the audio, pristine. No one was back here in the break room making noise. The doors, no one opened a door in the entire building, it seemed. And there was very little background noise. So I had this, that's why it's so close. I had it turned down quite a bit. Either the AC wasn't picked up or it never kicked in. And the fact that I'm not going to be able to use it, and it sounded so good, finally sounded good. So hopefully it'll sound good in a second or two when we stop all this and I go back in time and shoot number 27 yet again. Yeah. By the way, you do have a reminder, Ceremonic review coming up. Blue Yeti, I think you haven't posted that yet.
Right. I have recorded some for both of those, but there's some more I want to do. So still on the table.
On the horizon. I'll be doing one for my Ceremonic. There's some things that are great, some things not so great. I'm actually still looking for maybe even a replacement for it already, but because I don't have any bones, don't have any money to do that at the moment, we'll be dealing with it.
Right.
Or might even mod it, because there are little LED kits that you can put in to check it. So I don't know, maybe I'll put in something that has a battery indicator on it. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So that's it. So episode 28 is in the can. We shall be seen next week or the week after or in 6 weeks. Episode 29. Sorry for the delay in a lot of these. Our schedule has been quite crazy recently. So hopefully we'll get more in line again and we'll be able to start pumping these out regularly again. Any closing words there, Brent?
Not really. Just thanks for watching. Subscribe. Tell your friends.
Watch the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Hit play. And if you want to walk away, that's fine. But just let it play through. Let it play through the whole thing. You never know.
Down,
we might say something in minute 7 because most people stop at around 4 and 5 mark, seemingly. That's what the analytics say. Just let it play. Let it play. Yeah. Let our soothing voices gently rock you to sleep. Yes. And then make sure auto plays on so all the rest of the podcasts play as well. Yep. All right. Ciao. See you guys.
Thanks for doing that.
Yes, and thank you. Yeah, that's true. We do want to be thankful. We are thankful. We is thankful. Am I rambling again? I think I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and stop.